Betty.
Rattering bam.
I'm a wild Black Betty.
Mattering bam.
Black Betty had a child.
Battering ma'am.
I'm the damn thing gone wild.
Battering ma'am.
I'm said a word, not a mind.
Battering ram.
I'm the damn thing gone blind. Bam, a lamb, a wild Black Betty.
Rattering bam.
I'm a wild Black Betty.
Mattering bam.
Black Betty had a child.
Battering ma'am.
I'm the damn thing gone wild.
Battering ma'am.
I'm said a word, not a mind.
Battering ram.
I'm the damn thing gone blind. Bam, a lamb, a
All right, Heather, I'm going to record one more song for you before I go. This one's a little bit of a long one. Here we go. Oh, I got to turn that shit off. That's thunder, lightning. Damn, that sounds real wet. You got an umbrella? In the UK, they call that shit a brawly. Oh shit, what song is this, Heather? Off the top of the head. No ad libs. No notes. Here we go. Make that Heather music. This is the Dramatics. 1970 something. Here we go. My dad used to play this shit. My daddy immigrant. Since you want to talk crazy on immigrants, I'm gonna clown your ass. I'm gonna drag you to hell and back, Heather. Here we go. You and that retarded motherfucker, Xavier. You finna go outside in the rain. You definitely talk crazy. You definitely talk crazy, Heather. You finna go outside in the rain. You going to live outside, Heather. Ah, shit, this ain't the instrument. Let me find an instrumental real quick.
And now, our feature presentation.
Welcome to the stream, people. Welcome to the crazy Heather stream. She finally gave us something this week. She finally gave us something. If you're coming from the John August stream, that was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Mamma mia. So I'm sorry. I'm like an hour late today, but for good reason. Like there was content on the channel still. It just wasn't this content because I misgauged how long the interview would take. But hello everyone. How are you doing? Hello, Veronica. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Camden. Hello, Eggs McMuffin. McHuffin. Black Mass. We got Ray J. We got Vegas Struckus. Bean. Who else? We got Robot Roll Call. Amber. Miss Nappy Kid. Shop Style. We got... I think that's maybe it. Hold on. Danilo? I like that cat. That's a cool looking cat. I like him. Maggie, how you doing? Amanda E. Who else we got? I think that's it. Earl. Hello, Earl and Becky and Tinkerbell Hippie and Cat Johnson. Someone said, "Oh, Steve." Tina. Hey, Tina. And Megan Christensen and Kel and Sin. Everyone's here. Yeah, so I guess we'll just watch Heather's live stream first because that was that's like the highlight of this week. And then she also made a merch store, and then she also did a couple stories, but like I don't know, they're not that great. But you know, we'll see. I really want to take a smoke break, but I can't because we just started the stream. So we'll just power through. We'll make it. We'll make it. Let me grab this window here. Have everything else open except the stream. But I got it right here. I got it right here, guys. Pause it, resize it, present Elias instead. There we go.
Okay, thanks.
Hey,
How you guys? It's Heather on. I appreciate that. Thank you. On YouTube, this is GoPro Solo channel, which is my brand. I'm doing multiple things. Task just ended.
that was weird. Do you think, where is she? Is she at the DCFS office? Is she at work? Is this like on break at work? This is a weird room. I don't think this is the DCFS room. I'm trying to get the fucking pedal. I'm wearing my shoes because I didn't realize. I think the foot pedal works better if I wear shoes, which makes no sense. I was being too delicate with it. I just got to stomp the hell out of it, and then it works way better. So shoes work good for that, but I can't move it around, and I can't feel it. So, anyways, yeah, we'll run a poll. Where do you think she's in the DCFS office or fucking back room at work? At work, the bar.
Yum. So I just finished West Care. Now I want to give you guys some updates
Weston?
because
Weston?
for my own, well-being as well as for the record. If you go over to my Instagram,
Janelle Evans? Janelle Evans, my hero? My doppelganger? What does Janelle Evans eat?
Instagram that I have right now, and this is not because I closed my Instagrams or because I have sold them, although I have in the past built Instagrams with regards to actual
At church? She's still go to church?
business
Why would they let her eat at church?
endeavors when I was helping businesses go from
I don't know. Did she bring it's just a salad and a bunch of food into church, and she's done prayers like, do you have like a room I could eat this in? And they're like, oh, just go in the back, Heather. You can do your live stream and eat your food there. We got a bunch of Amazon boxes back there. Is this church though? This is just weird. To me, it's just weird if it's church.
brick and mortar to an online integration in the past. It would be common for me to suggest and teach them how to build Instagram.
Is that really what happened?
Accounts, and also other people, other social media influencers or marketing, gurus. In 2024, I've commonly taught these people that as part of a marketing package that you offer to a brick and mortar business making the change to online business, part of that should be an online integration that comes with pre-built, pre-populated.
She booked the conference room for the next 4 weeks for her FTR. What? That's what she's doing with her money? Booking the church conference room to do FTRs in. Should I do that? I mean, like, not to do FTRs, but should I just rent a room out to stream? I could be homeless, and then I could rent a room out to stream. How much does a room cost to rent out at the church? I can't imagine it being that much of fucking... Heather Gillespie is renting them out.
Pages that already get organic growth. And
Google it.
And, well, organic growth and...
Maybe I can haggle the churches around here. I'll be like, I look like Jesus, kind of. Do you want to give me a special deal? I'm just going to be bitching about, like, drama on YouTube in this room. Do you have coffee? And I can't even eat donuts. Do you have coffee?
Organic reach, more importantly. And what that means is that these businesses require attention. As we know, attention is the currency nowadays for sales because people are so... frequently, easily, and accessibly reaching audiences with their products for sale.
Bro, I can't afford this. The $200 a day is like the cheapest one. The highest one is $1,500 a day, but it's 650 seat worship arena. I mean, I don't need that. But what? How much is
That
this thing?
means that every single tiny little business has a lot better opportunity and access, more similar to large corporations than ever before. And so in order to succeed in this line of work, it's very important that you understand that attention to your brand is the way that you make online sales. If no one knows your brand is there, how can they purchase your product, right? So GoPro Solo was something I came up with in 2015 after I switched my career path from the healthcare field. I was the administrator for an endocrine practice.
I thought you were switching from like sexy content. I guess GoPro Solo is the sexy content. I think actually that name makes sense for sexy content.
As well as a rheumatology practice with multiple doctors. I worked side by side with some of the most prestigious physicians that they make. Shout out to those doctors. You know who you are. Dr. Renee Aronson, Carly Scamra, Linda Maletti, and Jolly Gopal, Dr. Alan Shepard, Dr. Karen Nimagata.
I think I could probably like rent out like the basement of a McDonald's for cheaper. Like, you know how you rent out like a McDonald's for the kids' birthday parties? At least when I was a kid. I don't know if they still do that anymore. But if they do that, I think that would be cheaper than the church.
Dr. Elizabeth Grossman, Dr. Lee in Plastic Surgery, and many, many more. So Dr. Susan Burke, Dr. Walter Stoller, Melissa Sujak, the nutritionist. So many, many doctors. I hope all of you are doing well.
I could use like the dude who dresses up as Ronald McDonald to be my co-host to be like, I don't need you to like, I don't know, do normal kid stuff. I just want you to react to these YouTube videos with me. I want you to stay in costume, of course, but you know, it'll be fun.
And thank you all for everything that you've taught me. When I left there, my life took a big turn. And I began being extorted by someone who worked with law enforcement. His name is David Shepard.
There we go, fucking David Shepard again. David Shepard, are you going to do anything about Heather's accusations against him?
Shout out to David Shepard.
We're shouting him out.
Who is still going through a lot of fallout and blowback himself regarding that situation. Now, don't mind me, I'm getting ready. This is the time that I do my task meeting, my WestCare meeting, which in my opinion is incredibly unneeded and frivolous, but I'm not the judge. So in 2015, I began working as an eye doctor.
The task meeting is like the Narcotics Anonymous meeting, right?
Office manager at an eye doctor. Shout out to Dr. Najam, Dr. Lewis. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for what you've taught me. I was working there, and I was working in a bottle service capacity on the weekends. I was a single mother with 3 children who lived with me 5 out of 7 days a week, and I had very little support with regards to babysitting. My significant others, their fathers at the time, had a lot of support. Hispanic traditional families living in a multi-generational household. So they had a lot of, just hands-on support, brothers and mothers and fathers and grandpas and all of that in the same household. I did not. I lived alone with my children in the northwest side of Chicago, the Portage Park area. And now...
You guys want to see something crazy just for a second? I'm not going to do this right now because I'm going to get too distracted because it's way too much. But this is like, okay, this is what YouTube does to me. If I'm like, YouTube, just place ads. It just plays ads for me. Actually, they do this anyways until like it's fully rendered. And then they'll let me place the ads. But like this is how many ads it places in like a fucking 3-hour video. What the fuck is all this? What is all this? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So I have to like go and delete all of them and re-add. So like that's annoying. That's really annoying. And it says that I lost audio connection, so I got to re-share everything. But what the hell is that? What the hell is that? Anyways, so I'll do that later, I guess. But what the fuck? So if you see like a bunch of ads on the video, it's not my fault. It's YouTube being evil.
When I made the switch in 2015 to bottle service, I did not know that very, very quickly into my career, I would be exposed to some people who were under investigation. I found this out because in a curated effort, I was pulled out of a vehicle where I was driving with my mother-in-law at the time. And David Shepard was the officer, or detective rather, who pulled me out of the vehicle.
Didn't we hear this story last week too? Like her getting pulled out of the vehicle. I guess she deleted the live stream though. The YouTube live stream that she did. She kept this one up. Maybe she had to tweak the story a bit. I wonder if they're different. The one that she deleted in this one.
He did so in a way that was incredibly scary and like a movie. He pulled up in a caravan of sedans and SUVs, tinted windows, looking like something out of a movie, looking like a motorcade for the president. He brought me to a black hole site, which is what I refer to as the site of investigation that I was taken. It is not a police station, and it is...
What's a black hole site? A site where they just work on black holes.
Unmarked. So I named it myself black hole. That might not be the correct
Black ops site, maybe?
term to name it. While we were there, he exposed me to a letter, an 8x10 ream of letter paper, you know, the standard size letter paper. It comes in a box with like a lid on it. He exposed me to a box, that size box, filled with photographs of people that he was trying to, I don't know, investigate or charge, or I don't really know his intentions. In showing me the photographs, he named all of the people and told me that he knew that I had...
You can hear him, right? You can hear Heather? I think I took the thing down and put it back up, but I might, just to be safe. You should hear her. Sometimes I just sit there and there's no audio. I can hear it, but you guys can't.
Contact with those people through my job in bottle service and promotions in the nightlife. He told me that I would continue contact with those people and that I would continue to text and call him on a regular basis and give him updates and reports about what was going on. I was fresh out of the healthcare industry, had only been in a bar or club prior to that twice in my life. Once to Bon V for just kind of, you know, a night out with this girl, Rebecca, who I knew. And once to the club was Paris, Studio Paris, for my little sister's birthday. Oh, and a third time to a club called Zentra with a girl named Shirley and Adelina. That was the only time. I was 27 years old. Those were literally the only times I had ever been to a club. So I wasn't really the type. I was a non-drug user, had never tried most drugs.
Oh, what does that mean? What drugs had we tried by this point? Have we sold any drugs by this point?
You know, had never really drank to get drunk, shit-faced, as they call it.
I mean, like, I think she's talking about David Shepard right now, because he exposed her to a box of pictures and fucking, she had never done any drugs following this interaction that he pulled her out of her mother-in-law's car, which I don't think they were ever engaged or married. Dylan's mom, she's talking about.
And I was just very inexperienced. I was terrified. And this man said, you're going to, you know, remain in contact with this group. Now, what sense does that make? I'd like to know. A mother, a single mother of three, with very little experience in the nightlife, coming from a healthcare background, being thrust into the middle of a criminal investigation. Can anyone make any sense of that? Because I still cannot. Well, let's fast forward. That detective told me if I did not comply with him and his request, that he would, quote, see to it that my children were taken away from me. Anyone who knows me will tell you that my children are my everything, the center of my existence and the center of my happiness. If they are unhappy, I am unhappy. If I am unable to tend to or take care of them, I am unhappy. And
so I guess she's just been unhappy for years.
That's just the way it is and the way it's always been. Now, this detective ultimately forced me through extortion to steal a laptop from a person named Jordan Lott. Jordan Lott was dating a man named Dylan Smith, inmate number Y12173, 2015 to 2019
Jordan was dating Dylan?
IDOC. This is for the record, you guys. So if you can't follow along, no big deal. I do have a podcast coming out as well. Now,
good. It's all going to come together now. Chat GPT couldn't put it together, but maybe Heather can.
Jordan was a nice girl, to my understanding, but she
just steal this chick's laptop, and it was like the cop told me to. It wasn't because, like, I don't know, she was dating my true love and I hate her and I just wanted to steal her property. It's because David Shepard took me out of my mother-in-law's car and told me I had to steal this laptop. For what? For national security or something? I don't even know. What was it for? We're going to take away your kids unless you do this.
He was being extorted herself and used and abused in investigations regarding drug use. I had to go and rescue her from several very dangerous situations in which she was ingesting a lot of drugs, probably against her will, maybe some, willingly.
When did it turn into Dr. David Shepard? I must have missed that.
But the point is, law enforcement detective David Shepard at that time.
Oh, there? What?
Drugs, probably against her will, maybe some, willingly. But the point is, law enforcement detective David Shepard at that time,
not detective,
really forced me to be around these people and to intervene in what was going on in many ways. He went as far as to force me to steal this girl Jordan's computer so that he could find out what she was doing on it.
Maybe she means like Dr. Dre.
After I did that, and there was an internal affairs hearing, David Shepard would ask me out on concert dates and ask me to go to the WGCI, Christmas party and to the B96 Jingle Bash and
B96 Jingle Bash. If it was on this stream, let me just search the transcript real quick. I'm sure we could find it. Maybe she misspoke, but that's pretty funny if that is the case. Bean, thank you for the $5 super chat. It's a little onion. That's not an onion. That's a lemon and a lime. Why did my brain think it's? How come I can't like it? Usually it lets me heart them. I heart it though. I heart it. Thank you very much.
To here and to there.
B96, I think, is a band.
There, and I was, very upset about it. Jordan and Dylan broke up, and Dylan continued to call me. I would change my phone number, and he would call anyways. And I ended up falling in love with Dylan. I don't know if I can call this love organic or.
So, like, she was like James Bond. James Bond be falling in love with like the people he's supposed to be spying on or whatever, or the people who are supposed to be spying on him. They fall in love with James Bond. That's what it's supposed to be like. Like I'm supposed to believe it. Heather. Rheumatology with the why is the doctor's a lot in here? I'll find it. Whoopsies.
Or manipulation from him. I really don't know. It depends on who you ask today. And Dylan and I were separated without the opportunity to speak about what happened. And then intentionally, there was a relationship curated with someone who robbed my house or was alleged to have robbed my house, Marissa Buckle. And everyone knew.
Oh, that pesky Marissa Buckle. I can't speak today.
The show Love After Lockup. Everyone knew that her and I did not get along.
I'm thinking the B somethings
After the robbery
Rock Lobster
of my house. They
the B-52s. That's what I'm thinking of.
Were parts of a group that had nothing. They would party all day and night, sleep at random people's homes and places. And my home was one of those places. I didn't know that they were all, in the situations that they were in, being used as criminal informants. And, I had no idea what was going on. As I said, my life was so far from that. It was very stable in comparison. And it was very.
I don't know. It's not in this stream. It's not on this one, but it might be in another one. But yeah, I searched the transcripts. I couldn't find it on this one.
Very scary for me to learn these things. Now, Dylan and I stayed in a relationship. We tried to get married while he was away. We had a prenuptial agreement drafted with his lawyer, Rebecca Zarnecki, and my lawyer, Nick Albuquerque. We attempted multiple times to get married, and we were prevented from doing so. We don't know why. That's a violation of civil rights. The reason this is pertinent is because had the marriage been allowed, I would have been incredibly protected. And the lack of actual legal marriage left me in a space where I was unlawfully thrown out of our home that we shared together. My children live there as well. And I've
What is going on, you guys? That's her favorite catchphrase.
remained in a space of houselessness since that time. That was nearly 5 years ago. I work, I'm normal, I'm functioning, there's nothing.
That'll be a poll. Is Heather Gillespie normal? I mean, I know normal is kind of subjective, but like, not really at the same time. I mean, like, normal would be like what? Like the norm, like the majority, right? Is Heather normal?
Nothing wrong with me. I'm above average intelligence. And it's incredibly scary to understand that I'm still in this situation 5 years later. But let me explain how it played out. And this is all going to be part of my podcast as well. Some of the more recent stuff I'm not permitted to talk about because the court system has put me under some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not permitting me to discuss it. But it's very, very pertinent. This is a very intense corruption. And it has been this way for quite some time. So let me get back to it. Dylan and I remained together, and he was forced to involve himself in deals while he was in prison. The deals were if he did X, Y, Z, he would serve 3.5 years rather than 12 years concurrent. And he was charged with
So he was a snitch. He was a snitch.
Kidnapping and selling undercover officers fake drugs. To my understanding, all of this was curated with intention, and part of some larger goal, specifically surrounding public corruption and fraud, white collar crimes.
So the cops made Dylan kidnap somebody and sell them fake drugs? That is why.
So when shit got real, I stayed with Dylan the entire relationship.
I know if someone told me, like, Steve, you gotta kidnap this person, I'd be like, no. Like, wait, why are we kidnapping anybody? Like, if you know what I mean? I don't see like a scenario where we would need to kidnap anybody. You know what I mean? If this person's bad, we should put him in jail. Or I don't know, do what you need to. Why are we kidnapping people? I really want to know like the fucking extent of the kidnapping charge.
And I sacrificed a lot to be with him, as did, my children were, very close and attached to him.
Yeah, it's in like his like actual charges. I think I pulled them up on a members only stream one time. Because I used to be like, oh, Dylan gets really pissy when people criticize him, so I didn't want him like taking it out on Marissa or whatever. But yeah, no, he got charged with kidnapping.
Last maybe 6 months of the relationship were very scary. When Dylan got out and he had to go back to doing those deals, he began excessively using drugs and alcohol and became incredibly physically abusive toward me. He started beating me up, holding me up by my throat and throwing me onto the ground and choking me and kicking me.
No, kidnapping, like, it's almost been a year now. I did a stream like a year ago showing like all of his charges, and I was like, kidnapping? That's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, I mean, like, it's not new to me at least. Like, I knew about the kidnapping for a while.
And there was just a lot of really bad stuff that was going on when I went for assistance with regards to these issues.
Maybe it's new, like coming out of I haven't heard Heather mention the kidnapping charge before.
They began reframing them as if the abusers were my exes, the fathers of my kids, which is not true. The abuser was Dylan. Dylan was the one who picked me up by my throat and kicked me on the ground, and I threw a vase at him and missed. And there were some other things. If you guys are familiar with nitrous oxide, and that's what makes this so corrupt. Nitrous oxide, you have to get that chemical from a very specific place. It's very expensive. It cost about $2,000 to obtain. He had it on hand like within 15 minutes. So he'd pick up the phone and boom, there would be a huge truck filled with nitrous oxide that would take 2 6-foot-plus tall men with muscles to carry, a tank of this off of the truck and unload this. So there was clearly, a lot of corruption going on. And when I went to parole for assistance, parole said there was nothing they could do.
She's so angry. Is that how we apply makeup? Is like that? She seems angrily doing it.
That I needed to go to 555 West Harrison, which I did. I filed paperwork for protection. And rather than hearing my case for protection, they granted him a case for protection against me. And then, curated this reality show and all of this other stuff to blatantly cover up all of the years of abuse that I have endured for the
curated the reality show. You signed the contract for, right? That stipulated all the things that might take place in it, and that they're probably not legally liable for any way you're portrayed on it and all that, the evil curated reality show.
Ultimate goal of having a quote unquote castle for my children to live in and for us to retire and our businesses to thrive. And that would be fitness businesses. Both of us were involved in personal training at the time.
Strength comes from your height.
He through NASM and myself through NCCGT, and other businesses, marketing businesses. We were both selling renewable energy at the time and making very good money. We were on track to earn more than 6 figures our very first year together, post prison, until the violence began.
Trisha, how you doing? I'm sorry I couldn't read you guys' comments in the John stream either. I feel like I didn't even read a single one. I'm really sorry. But yeah, she does look like Frankenstein with the bolts coming out of her ears.
Now, David Shepard lost his job. It went in front of internal affairs, and my claims were substantiated that he was sexually harassing me and extorting me, that he did force me to steal a computer of Jordan Lott and turn it in. And that case wrapped in 2019 due to the lack of information or the inability to use the evidence that they had acquired because it was unlawful in the way that it was acquired. Since that time, I have been the subject of numerous smear campaigns on the internet and in real life. I have been stalked to my church, to my doctor's office, to numerous different jobs, to, various places that I frequent. The police have refused to pick up a case. I have been sexually assaulted 3 times. I have been jumped and stabbed by 3 women 11 times, bludgeoned by a man, resulting in the need for staples in the back of my head. And my vehicle was stolen and sold at auto auction. As I
$12 million.
said, I have been reporting all of this to law enforcement for quite some time, with little to no intervention and no assistance. There's not been another detective assigned. I continue to keep track here myself, in the hopes that in the near future, I know that we do already have the software. If you're familiar with ChatGPT or other forms of AI, I
probably already have brain damage. To be honest, if there's anything to have inflicted on your brain from these goofballs, I'd be a good test subject for it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Do I seem different than a year ago? Do you guys know me a year ago?
I know that the software exists, that it can go through all of the content I've created, silence the nefarious attempts at rerouting the narrative, which occur mostly in the comments and in parody accounts. AI has the ability to silence all of that and to simply listen to what I've reported and assist me in vindication and justice. So I remain hopeful for that day. During this, I met Xavier, and Xavier told me he was taking me to a safe house, that his brother, Carlos Montoya, who works for the ADA, was going to help me in having this case heard. Ultimately, we ended up both being thrown into the street with no protection, and I became pregnant twice. The first time, my children, twins, who were born prematurely and passed away on December 26, 2022. And the second time was Weston. Weston was born February 19th, 2024. He is 7.5 months old now. And we have only been permitted to see him for 6 hours a week since his birth. He stayed with me for 3 days in the hospital, and upon my time of discharge from St. Joseph's Hospital, was separated from me, as they claimed he was taken to protective custody, and Xavier and I thrown back outside into the street. We've gone in front of a judge. We've called 3.
She wanted them to just like put her into an apartment after spending 9 months not complying with like what they were asking her to do. You know, I guess she like found out some way somehow that like she would get a better shelter if she was considered a family. So like she was just like, I don't know, riding out the pregnancy in a fucking tent, and then was surprised that they didn't just put her, give her a place, or that a follower didn't like show up with keys in the waiting room. That's what she said. She's like, I'm just expecting one of the sponsors to show up with keys to an apartment. Crazy woman.
311. We've attempted to seek shelter. They've not assisted us in any way, shape, or form after Tremont. Tremont is Selena the Traveler, which is a boutique hotel that was repurposed for the reasoning of being used as a space for people like myself. Xavier and I were there for 4 months and promised that at the end of 6 month.
Yeah, I do remember her saying that, like, implying that, like, basically Xavier's her abuser because Xavier's the one that got her pregnant.
Period, we would be matched. Our family, myself, my children, and my child Weston, and my other 3 children, would be matched with a townhome or an apartment to meet my family's needs. After 4.5 months, with no notice, under an hour of notice, someone came to our door and said, tomorrow morning, everyone has to leave. You'll need to, quote, self-resolve. I got dressed. I was in a nightgown pumping. I was only 4.5 months, 5 months postpartum. I was still pumping breast milk for Weston at that time. I got dressed and went downstairs. I asked the staff to please elaborate on what time we would need to be gone by, as we had a visit with our son in Maywood scheduled for that morning. Staff told us, you know what, sit down here. Refused to allow us back up to our room, and then threw all of our things in an unorganized manner into garbage bags and threw us back into the street and said, self-resolve.
I think Dylan Smith is X and Xavier's Xavier. You know, just to make things less confusing.
We won't be helping you with an apartment. We've lost funding, was their reasoning. Now, we've gone by that space numerous times. It's still filled with the same people. So it doesn't make sense. What's going on does not make sense.
Just picture Xavier and Heather like poking through the windows of the Tremont Hotel being like, I know that guy. What the fuck? How come he gets to stay there? Why can't we stay here?
We've gone in front of the judge 5 or 6 times since that time. I've shared all of this with the judge. We have been numerous times. I mean, too many times to count. We have been lied about or blatantly subjected to fabrications with regards to reality. First and foremost, they are claiming that I did not receive, and I'm not allowed to discuss what they do in court, but I 100% am allowed to discuss the allegations against me that were made by the online harassers and the anonymous reporters to DCFS. That would be my prerogative to do, and this is my channel, so I'm going to, but I'm not allowed to tell you guys what they're doing in court per the judge's order. They've made allegations.
I think like that was one of the updates from this week too, is like she's stopped pumping breast milk. She was upset about it.
Allegations claiming that I have not received any prenatal care, that I refuse to receive prenatal care. So they're accusing me of negligence. They're making allegations that I have untreated or undiagnosed mental health disorders and that I am not medically compliant. Also not true. They're making allegations that I am, what was the other one, Xavier? Just
glad that Xavier's still here. He gets a little field trip to the fucking the church, what is this, conference room?
The mental health, the not having prenatal care, and what else?
I'm sorry, I'm doing something over here.
I'm pretty sure.
What do you think he's doing?
Those are the only 2. Now, I've already proven those to be false by submitting medical records and a testimony from my doctor. I've shared with you all the letter that my doctor wrote that literally states there is nothing wrong with me, that I'm a great mother, that in the 10 years he's been treating me, I've always been compliant and an active participant in my medical care, that I have an immense amount of knowledge and expertise in my own diagnosing and in the treatment of anything that I've ever needed care for. That my only diagnoses from the past are PTSD, anxiety as a residual side effect of said PTSD, and ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which I've been under treatment of and diagnosed with since I was 18 years old. I'm 37 now. That's 19 years with this diagnosis. Magically, as soon as Dylan came out, that's when all of these other claims came to my mental health and began attempting to diagnose me with another disorder that I do not have. So it's been very interesting, because I've proven, as I said, time and time again, that none of this is real, that none of this is true, that these claims that they've made have only newly surfaced since 2020, and that prior to that, never in my life has anyone made these claims, that I've been having the same diagnosis since 18, that I accepted that diagnosis, and that I've been under treatment and care for that diagnosis since that time. My doctor even, as I said, took the stand and said there's nothing wrong with Heather. The state's attorney even took the stand, or not took the stand, but the state's attorney even verified on my behalf outside of court that with the state's attorney, who is responsible for public corruption, Wayne Jakowski, public corruption, and
I'm gonna name everybody today. Wayne Jabowski. Have we heard his name? I don't remember a Wayne Jabowski.
And white collar crimes. They did verify everything that I said with regards to David Shepard, that investigation, and all of the other deals and things of that nature that were supposed to have resolved in 2019 that are still affecting my life today, to this very day. So everything I said was true, and it was proven. On top of that, it's now my responsibility somehow, with all of the adversity that I'm currently facing and still parenting my children to the best of my ability, sending them food and groceries and calling them numerous.
Dr. David Shepard, the hockey player. No, I think you mean George Wazowski, or I can't even remember his name anymore. The new guy.
First times a day on FaceTime, and, being, as present and kind as I can to all of these allegations and anonymous forms of harassment. There's just been an overwhelming amount of slanderous defamation and slanderous, verbalizations and narratives and rhetorics that have been coming out. And it's almost like a new one every day. They accused me of giving myself a wire hanger abortion.
I mean, you kind of described, not a wire hanger, but Xavier's fucking weird nail or something. You described this. You described this in your social media posts. They're not accusing you. They didn't just pull it out of thin air. They were like, you know what would be a fun thing to accuse Heather of today? This,
With the twins, I would never do that. My children are my entire life.
Dr. David Shepard could be the goalie.
It's
a good goalie name.
Whether I'm prepared or not, I believe that you will find a way. God blessed me with children. No man blessed me with children. God made me a mother. God decided that that was my job.
She's like the Virgin Mary that way.
So it's been intense. And now, after they threw us out of Tremont, and they started denying us shelter again. So I have a caseworker named Barsha Shaw through Lutheran Social Services, who has been a third party in calling 311 on a regular basis and continuing to get case numbers.
She was like, Xavier's nail scratched my cervix, and then everything that followed, yada yada yada, that crazy fucking video that I can't unsee.
And they just keep closing them and saying there's nothing available, which we know is not true. So now I have
Oh, she was posting some crazy shit to Twitter this week too, like self-harm shit with blood, and I don't even know, man. She's still the same Heather. She's definitely still the same Heather. Not much has changed in her absence.
Documented, verifiable evidence that not only during the duration of my pregnancy was I calling for shelter and having prenatal care and following up with multiple doctors and completely compliant medically, but also that there's another third party who is a social worker who can.
Oh yeah, that's what she was Googling, was black market abortion techniques or pills or something, like some kind of concoction you can put together to make your own abortion pill.
And testify to the fact that not only have I been doing so, she's been doing so on my behalf. So it'll be very interesting to see how far this corruption is permitted to go, you know, and I know for a fact that we have the AI already to mitigate a lot of this, to put a lot of this to rest. I was ordered to participate in some sort of a course for drug addicts, people who are addicted to drugs. And I told them I'm not addicted to drugs.
I just like doing them. You know, that's probably something I would say.
I've never had a drug addiction in my life. You know, I'm not really sure what to say or how to feel. But they said, if you don't do it, you can't see your child. So I said, all right, well, then obviously I'll do it, which is another form of extortion. So I did that. It was for marijuana. And so
We saw you smoking marijuana and doing the theses and all this shit, even when everyone was like, probably shouldn't smoke weed while you're pregnant. She was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to do it anyways and document it.
So I took drug tests every week or 2 weeks. And they were, of course, always negative because I don't have a drug problem. I have a housing problem. So I finished that last week.
Don't smoke weed on camera.
And just
Right
found
now.
out very, very few days ago, I believe 2 days ago, Friday actually, that I am done, that I don't need to take that course anymore. And they sent me a certificate of completion. So that class is my Tuesday class. So that was really great to hear, which is why I wanted to use this opportunity. We're in the conference room of my church, the church that I'm a member. And this is actually where I've reserved this conference room for another, I believe, 4 weeks. And so I wanted to make use of the time to.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
To record all of my FTRs and
I gotta
update
stretch.
everyone on what's
Okay.
been going on ever since.
You guys
that
can still
time.
hear me.
And so
Stretch.
that's what we're doing here today. I'm very grateful to have that opportunity. I do have some things to do this afternoon, before heading into work. And so I'm going to keep it to the, 1 p.m. timeline, which gives us about an hour. But it's been incredibly exhausting to keep track of everything that's taken place. And I truly hope that the AI that is rolling out
That's always on the AI.
will make that much easier. I did meet someone who works for an artificial intelligence company who charges approximately $6,000 to run 4-minute scans on the entirety of the person's medical record, prescription history, court documents, and other things. And these are quality assurance scans. And they have multi-purpose. This person uses them primarily for defending companies in lawsuits or potential lawsuits. For instance, if someone were to take a medicine and they end up with cancer or something like that because of taking that medication, the AI technology can comb through the person's history of their medical record and decipher other possible causes of the cancer to protect the company from lawsuit. Well, it can be used in the same way to look for corruption in medical records. For instance, if there is someone who has gotten their medical records crossed, if it's a paper record, like I have one from 2019, I believe, where my chart and a man's chart were combined on accident. AI.
Oh, yeah? That would happen? Your chart and a man's chart got combined on accident, and this is all just another conspiracy? So many conspiracies that AI has to solve for her. AI detectives. The future with DJ Electra. That's what we're looking at.
Has the ability to read text or handwriting and weed out that information and say, there's a high likelihood of either mistake or corruption in this chart because of X, Y, and Z. So I'm working together with this company. I was promised by the actual CEO, I was lucky enough to meet and have a conversation with about AI, that they would waive the $6,000 fee and actually.
This is kind of like Heather with the red hair and the demeanor, kind of.
Review my medical records for me for corruption. So that's what we're working on now. It's called an administrative audit.
Right.
So that's very exciting. There's also a lot that's been reported to different parties that, have connection to this court case, which is non-criminal in nature. But that doesn't matter, if they're using my children in the same way they've been for the last 10 years and now so publicly to extort me into various, or strong arm me into various actions. I need all of the definitive proof of this that I can get. And so a lot of these reports that say things that vary,
true.
you guys, they've literally said that I was charged with smuggling 15 grams of cocaine into Cook County Division 6. Never happened in my life. I've never, ever smuggled any drug anywhere. I don't use cocaine. I don't have any history with it. I've never been a cocaine salesperson. I don't have that history. They said I was charged with kidnapping. Never. I have no criminal record. I want to make that clear. I have some traffic things. I have no criminal record. So the AI that they're using and the software model that they're using in the healthcare integrations can very easily be moved over to FOIA-able records. All of this is, very easy to sort through. And the truth will be revealed. It won't be a matter of human testimony anymore. It will be a matter of exact paperwork that will decrypt and.
Yeah, it was a conspiracy. She's like, I don't do cocaine. Why do I have coke nose? Why does she know what coke nose is?
Tell a very truthful story, a story that human testimony won't be able to untell. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, those are just a few of the allegations that have been made against me. And my thing is this: none of it's true. But even if that were true, first of all, if I were charged with smuggling 15 grams of cocaine into Division 6 Cook County, I want to mention numerous things. Number one, county jail is a non-contact visit where you are separated by glass with your significant other. So there is no risk of smuggling at all whatsoever. So that's number one. Number two is I never did that. Number three is kidnapping. I'm sorry, what? Number four is they named various things that I supposedly did, such as
Is she saying she got charged with kidnapping, or they're trying to rack it onto her thing? Hold on. Because I know Dylan was charged with kidnapping. I don't remember Heather ever being a part of it at all. Did she get charged, or is she being charged with kidnapping her kid? Did she try to kidnap fucking Weston from like one of the visits or something? Is that why they got like separate times to see the kid at now? Like they can't see the kid together anymore?
No risk of smuggling at all whatsoever. So that's number one. Number two is I never did that. Number three is kidnapping. I'm sorry, what? Number four is they named various things that I supposedly did, such as what was one that they named? Dangerous drugs. There's no charge called dangerous drugs.
I don't know all the charges. There's a chart for what's dangerous drugs.
I don't know what that means. So now,
like GHB, GBH. It's GHB, I think.
now I have to obtain manually all of the actual copies of the background checks and things of that nature. But even if I did do those things, you guys, which I did not, what does that have to do with my ability to care for myself or my son? And if you truly think I can't care for myself.
Oh, you think it's that when she said she's gonna kidnap the kid? You think that's it? I was wondering if maybe it was like, remember when she used to get like who was it? One of the kids. She used to get one of the kids out to the park somehow to visit her, and then she brought Xavier one time, and he was drunk or something, and like they were never allowed to see him again. I thought maybe it was that, but like, I guess they never took the kid away. They were just meeting up at a park, but that would make sense, I guess. Attempted kidnapping.
For my son, why do you have me sleeping outdoors on a sidewalk? Right? Why do you have me carrying around all of my belongings? Why are you treating me like an animal? If you believe so strongly that I am incapable, why aren't you assisting me with disability? Why aren't you helping me with a safe place to live and assisted living or things of that nature? Now, I first and foremost am here to tell you there's nothing wrong with me, nothing at all whatsoever. But That is their argument. And so if that is their argument, why are they not addressing that argument? None of this makes sense. It's incredibly corrupted, and we need AI.
Is that a Capri Sun? I mean, like, yeah, she's the one who wants to go live out on the street and doesn't accept the resources available to her because they're not good enough, or she wants very specific things. It's always on Heather's dime, not that Heather's dime, Heather's time and the way that she wants it done, or else it's not happening.
Pardon me. We need AI to intervene sooner than later. And also, this is called the Back from the Dead collection by Profusion.
No, we're just gonna throw a makeup shout out to the Undead collection from whatever she just said.
Look at how cute. So adorable.
Freedom of Information Act is what FOIA stands for.
These brushes were $4.99 at Ross, by the way. And shout out to Barsha for that Ross gift card. Thank you so much, Barsha. That was really sweet of you, and I very much appreciate it. But yeah, you guys, we need the AI to intervene as soon as possible, because the longer and more blown up.
Oh, this is where she makes her eyebrows look really bad, actually. I mean, I don't know. Does Heather need to look more dead than she looks? Yeah, everyone thinks he's looking at photos of women over there. Poor Xavier.
This story gets, the more difficult it becomes to clean up from the back end. And what do I mean by that? We can prove the truth.
I see, yeah. What's up? Hold on. Freedom of Information Act. No, you're not immune.
Proven it time and time again. But weirdly, in society, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, lies are more outlandish and entertaining and fun to hear than truths. And so my reputation, my business, my reputation as a parent that subsequently and residually affects my ability to parent and to do business has been highly affected. Some group of people have decided that it's funny or engaging to lie about me a lot. And it has already affected in a tremendous way my children, my bank.
Well, I don't think AI is there yet. It's fun for art, but it's not even. I mean, it fucks up art sometimes. I can't do hands. Like, I don't know. It's, yeah, I don't think it's all there yet. I don't think AI should be solving cases. You know what I mean? I don't trust it to that extent. I don't really trust it at all, to be honest. But, you know, definitely not to be having the justice system be ran by it.
Account and more. You guys know that I paid for a Cadillac CTS all by myself. My very first auto loan, I satisfied that loan through Capital One in less
That's all bullshit, but whatever. We're going to go on about the CTS again.
than months later. My vehicle was stolen from a storage in Valdosta, Georgia, and sold at auto auction without my permission.
So for anyone new, I'm pretty sure she used, what was it, Amy's credit to get the car. I don't think she paid it off with her own money. And then she fucked it up herself. And then never just abandoned it basically at this auto place. And so they would have had to repair it and resell it themselves. And it was like 4 years later. Heather's like, where's my car? And it's like, it's gone. What are you talking about? She's like, corruption. I'm owed this now. She always goes on about the stupid CTS.
There's been so much money that's been lost. I've worked very, very hard for the things that I've had, you know, and I've gone through a lot for those things. And I am just very eager for the truth to be revealed. I don't keep secrets about myself. I live in a way that you don't need to hide. And I will be addressing all of the claims on my podcast. You guys know I have created multiple podcasts, and they've gotten a lot of attention. And as soon as they started getting too much attention, they were taken offline. So
No, her old podcast is still up. It just sucks.
Going to restart that project. We're very excited about it. We're in negotiations right now with Fort Knox.
What? With Fort Knox? Wait, what is Fort Knox? Hold on. Fort Knox is a place. Is a U.S. Army post. That can't be what she means. Is Fort Knox like a brand or something? What is she talking about? What was she's in talks with Fort Knox?
Trying to get a recording studio space there. If we can't do it there, I'll do it in my storage locker. You know, I really don't care as long as I'm able to get the story out.
Do it here in the fucking space you reserved at church. Why do we need to go to Fort Knox? It's an army base. Yeah. It's not another place? Why does she need to be on Fort Knox to record this stupid podcast?
Out as honestly and
That's one of the weirder things Heather said.
truthfully as I can, for the purpose of, as I said, you know, keeping matters together and honest.
Fort Knox is the name of the recording studio. Okay, that makes way more sense. She's like, we're just talking to the army base, you know, because the information is so sensitive and it needs to be secure. Like, we can't get tech boxed at Fort Knox, okay? Like, you know, it's a military base, it's a recording studio. That makes way more sense. Thank you, Teresa.
Honest and truthful and organized, because it's in living this repetitive and redundant cycle of abuse. I can tell you, my number one prayer to God has been, God, please make me speak when it's time and silence me when it's time. And I do believe that that's what's happening. And I do believe that that's how I will be vindicated, by using my own voice and proof. So it's been a very difficult time. My son Weston literally was stolen from my bedside and given to a woman I had never met before in my entire life. And the court system
She said who the kids are with, right? It's Xavier's mom. I remember when she said it, I was like, whoa, I'm surprised she said that. But yeah, okay. You never met Xavier's mom, the father of your child? That's kind of a red flag.
the United States of America, Illinois, is aware of this situation.
The eyebrows look so bad. I'm not even trying to be mean. They just look really bad.
And actively participating in this. It's not okay. It's completely unlawful, unethical, and unbearable at times, but that's what's going on. I'm doing my best to remain positive. A lot of you have asked what's going on with my modeling, statement modeling, and fashion modeling, and I would love to continue creating photo shoots. Unfortunately, it's been nearly impossible because I'm my own attorney. I do have a standby attorney available for consultations, but I've had to prepare my own arguments, my own lines of questioning, go through the, you know, various.
It's like, you know, when she uses the Frida filter, and I'm like, ooh, you know, it's like that, but like, this is her face in the world. That's just very interesting choice.
Exhibits that have been submitted as evidence, create my own exhibits, you know, go to the courthouse a number of times. There's also a lot of fraudulent activity going on at the courthouse. It is on public record at the courthouse that I was married to the father of my youngest daughter, Alexis, which is not the case. People have tried to punish my exes as if they're the ones who were abusing me, when in actuality, the abuser was Dylan, who was also my best friend at the time. So it was a very, very confusing situation, and one that I cannot wait to put behind me. A lot of people say things like,
you don't have anything tying you to Dylan, like, at all. You guys were on a TV show together. You sold drugs together. You don't have a kid. Like, you weren't married. There's no, like, annulment or whatever. Like, why do we keep going back to Dylan? Just forget about him. Like, fuck.
you've got to move forward. And I say to them, yeah, I'd love to. But when I'm being forced in court to discuss body camera footage from 2019 and give context to that footage, it's nearly impossible to move forward. When my young infant child is being separated from me because of that body camera footage, it becomes ignoring it not an option. I'm being quite literally strong-armed into.
Oh, see, that's interesting, Devlin. I will see if I can find it. It's on BCG. Instagram stories, X month through. Heather out on Thanksgiving, the year she was pregnant with the twins, because she wouldn't stop yelling and berating Xavier in front of her. Woman I never met before in my life. Again, even if that were true, that's a fucking red flag. But okay, she did meet the woman who has her child.
To discussing that body camera footage and the events that took place at that time in my life. AI has already come to a place where the things like the slander and abuse that appear in these comments are blocked. I've gone out of my way to choose word filters, including the tent emoji, the tooth emoji. Those have already been blocked from my channel a number of times. So
Blocking emojis isn't going to help. Block keywords, I guess. If you don't like, I don't even know, man. It's easy to block people. Block people all the time. So again, like Heather, come on, Heather.
So I'm curious, AI, what's going on here? Why are you permitting those types of defamations and bullying and harassment to come through on my comments when I'm discussing things like this? It's also worth mentioning that when I was selling content, I was never subjected to harassment. It was only ego stroking and kindness and uplifting and support. So it's all very, very, very interesting to see. There have got to be repercussions.
When would she have been? I guess it would have been November. November 2023 or November 2022. When was she pregnant with the kids? The twins, I mean.
Coming for those who have been involved in this and in permitting this type of abuse to continue. I eagerly await that day, vindication and justice. I have decided that I'm going to start sharing the messages that I've been channeling. And so I'm going to do so live on TikTok with just reads and updates that I'll be doing every few weeks, for entertainment purposes, for enlightenment purposes, for educational purposes. And if you have any questions about that, you can feel free to let me know in my inbox or by email. The email address that I'm using is Coco, a GoPro solo production @gmail.com. So you guys are free to email me there if you have any questions. That's kind of the update. We are literally still being denied our human and civil right to shelter in the United States of America. I do believe that this is, at this point in time, very easy to acknowledge as, being the truth of what's occurring. If there is any sort of legal assistance that can be provided to address those issues, it would be highly valued at this time. And that's about it. We really don't desire any sort of abuse or, goading or, making larger of the situation than it is in a way that makes us look like we're doing something wrong. We don't, and we have not been the problem at all. So just like there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who are living in government
who is the problem then, Heather? Like, if you're not going to take responsibility for not giving your child an adequate fucking place to come into this world to, like, whose fault is it? It's everyone else's fault. Okay.
Projects and subsidies.
Like, it'd be different if she had a house, like, for the entire pregnancy, and right at the end of the pregnancy, some unfortunate event happened, and she lost everything. I'd feel really bad for her, but she, had 9 months to figure this shit out. 9 months.
We qualify for that same type of assistance, and we want to know why we're not getting it. And what is standing in the way from law enforcement exploring the rape, the bludgeoning. There's actually a man who went to prison for bludgeoning me over my head. And he served 18 months in prison for
Airplane,
doing that. But I've been entitled to something called Marcy's Law, Marcy's Rights. That is a financial payout for being the victim of a violent crime, being subjected to anything violent like being bludgeoned or stabbed or raped. And that has happened to me on a number of occasions, yet I've not been permitted any sort of Marcy's rights, which I can, provide you guys proof of. You can Google about it if you'd like. I just want to know, what is it going to take? And if we're here to gauge humiliation and pain and all of those things, then the only way to really complete your studies would be to also run tests for pleasure and joy and satisfaction. And I've not felt those things in many years. So that's about it, you guys. The good news is I've completed one of the court-ordered services. I've jumped through that hoop. I've jumped through the rest of the hoops. There has been a tremendous amount of blatant corruption. I have gone above and beyond to contact the state's attorney who specifically handles public corruption, Wayne Jakowski. I've also made my every effort to keep my other state's attorneys, whose names I cannot mention because they're working this case, informed of what's going on with the housing issues and all of the other issues. They have not done anything to assist in any way that I know of. And they just continue to, make it incredibly difficult for me to parent my children.
I don't know how the eyebrows got worse. Like, I thought she was done with them. They look worse than before on my. She was like, they're not thick enough. We're just gonna make them a bit thicker.
Specifically, my 7-month-old. DCFS already took to the stand a long time ago, many moons ago, and told everyone involved that they, quote, had no question as to my ability to parent my son or willingness. And that was set 6 or 7 months ago already. So this is exhausting and it's illegal and it shouldn't be permitted to continue. And the fact that I cannot go on my own social media pages and openly discuss and share documents and make proof of what's going on in an effort to find legal assistance, sponsors, donations, that in itself should be illegal. That in itself should point to corruption, intense corruption. So if you are a lawyer with regards to free speech, please contact me and, let me know what we can do. I do need assistance and the ability to file several civil lawsuits, starting first and foremost with my vehicle that was stolen from me and sold without my permission.
Let go of the vehicle. Just let go of it. It's gone. The Cadillac CTS is gone, Heather. We got to come to grips with that. At least one of these things we got to come to grips with. That shit's gone forever.
Auction after I received a letter in writing stating my vehicle would not be released to anyone other than me. So,
like, imagine if I was like, cops took my ounce of weed. I'm never gonna rest until I get that ounce of weed back. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I don't know, man. It sucks. Your car, you should have taken better care of your car. You shouldn't have left it in that place fucked up and expected them to just hold on to it forever. You know what I mean? Sucks, Heather. Sucks. Gotta move on with your life. You gotta fucking move on with your life. Can't be harping on the past like this every goddamn time we see you. Every time we see her, the fucking Cadillac CTS. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm getting impressed about it. Fuck it. Heather.
There are a number of profitable legal endeavors that we can pursue. And I am very, very much eager to get started on that process and regain stability with regards to housing. Every other part of my life is normal. I have a pastor at my church, a reverend, who took the stand and said that I'm normal and, that I actively participate and interact with a large parish of people with no questions as to my sanity or ability to complete tasks, etc. As I said, my doctor has taken the stand and testified for me in a number of ways. So many people have taken the stand and testified for me. which is why, you know, like I said, I want to share what's actually going on and what the court is doing, because it is incredibly corrupt. In my opinion, most of the people involved in this case should be serving time, you know, and big
Heather's involved in the case.
time. There is no dollar amount that will rewind the years and allow me to go back and raise my children. There is no dollar amount that will make my daughter 14 again instead of 18, or that will make Alexis 7 instead of 11, or that will make Lewis 12 instead of 16.
All things that should have been going through your head before you entered this world of drugs and kidnapping and fucking dating people in prison. You know, no, you can't turn back time, which is why like you should have fucking cherished those kids more and protected them more and took care of them better. So like whatever, you know, who cares, Heather? They're in a better place now.
4 years and counting, with no direct assistance, being held in a tent, forced to urinate in a cup, waking up with my period, with no access to a restroom, bleeding down to my knees, not being assisted. This is the type of thing that you hear about but never believe. And I don't know how to.
I just said like it's like if I bitched about like losing an ounce of weed, you know, forever, and I never let it go. I was like, just let the fucking Cadillac go, Heather. You're never getting it back. It's silly to even like bring it up.
Stress enough that every part of this is entirely provable. There is record of all of this. So thank you guys very much for being here and
We all live in a tent till Steve gets the weed back.
sticking with me. I'm going to leave it at that for today. That is the update. It's October 8th, 2024. This has been ongoing since 2019. And if you include the time that, you know, the internal affairs and all of that, since 2015, the promises that those officers made to me, that if I did not do what they said, they would take away my children, or see to it that my children were separated from me. That did take place. And I do have court-ordered custody of my children. Despite all of that, I'm still separated from them. You know, so as I said, lawyers, please, anyone who can assist, please do so. Email me at coco@goprosoloproduction@gmail.com. And thank you guys so much.
All right, that's the live. She gave us a live today, this week. That was pretty cool of her. She just doesn't usually do that. I do have more stuff to show you guys, but I do need to take a break. I've been going since 8 p.m. So I've been going for like 3.5 hours because I like went right from John into this, and I didn't want to keep you guys waiting right at the beginning. But since we're an hour, almost an hour and a half in, I'm going to take a quick just a quick one. And since Heather, this is like the only video Heather gave us, I didn't want to miss any of it. I don't have any video to play like while I leave, but I'll play like some music. Just I'll be like quick, like 5 minutes. Yeah, if anyone has been here since the John interview, you guys need a break too. Like we gotta just chill for just a quick couple minutes. Then we'll get back. I'll show you guys the stuff she was posting to Twitter. Her new merch store. We got Xavier posted a new video to his fucking TikTok. It's creepy as usual. What else do we got? I think there was a couple other things that I just can't remember off the top of my head. There's some pumpkin with breast pumps in it. That's pretty funny. So yeah, so there's still some stuff to go through when I get back, and then maybe to wrap it up, we'll watch like a couple throwback videos. Since it is a pretty late week, and yeah. We'll call it there. So give me 1 second while I smoke, and I'll see you guys real soon. Where is my thingy? There it is. All right, I'm back. I'm back, and everyone's gone. No, I'm joking. Alrighty. Let's switch things to this one, and I guess we'll put this up here. But I gotta switch it over to. Do I need headphones? I mean, like maybe I should just put them in case, just in case. Surprised James isn't going live. James has been giving us a day off. That's pretty nice. Let's catch up on other stuff. We can focus on things. It's always nice of Jim Jams there. So this is the Reddit. I guess we'll go in chronological order. So let's go from well, this is what Heather was posting to fucking Twitter. So Heather Gillespie, she's like, this is where I go to cut myself after being bullied and abused over and over and over again. Hashtag GoPro Solo Entertainment. Hashtag Coco Show. Hashtag One Heather GE. And it's just this, which is so cool, Heather. That's cool. Fucking crazy lady. Let's see. What else we got? The feeling when a mom. Here, let me go back to the right one. This is where it started. Clearly, she clearly shows her delusional side with what she likes and shares. What home Huffy children need: schedules, real meals, structure, and a routine. Good habits start at the home. Yeah, Heather doesn't have a home to provide her kids. Possible trigger warning: self-harm. Leg cuts. There's cuts in her leg. I'm not going to zoom in, but apparently. It's like that feeling when a mom gets, when she realizes the kids she raised are now her best friends. Maybe like she's best friends with the one kid now. Struck out with God. I think Heather struck out with God. Common highlight for the Facebook group. I guess God didn't get the list of demands. Explains why we can't get any more church posts. Censored. A member did a little investigating and detailed in a prior post that Heather was in touch with Lutheran charities regarding housing assistance. She was putting in all that effort to pretend to be pious, just for one sliced bologna sandwich and a cup of warm high C fruit pouch. Okay, so she was like trying to be. So James does too. Her and fucking James, I swear to God, they need to be together. They'd be a power couple, power homeless couple. And but we're not homeless. We're oppressed. What's this? This is a red bracelet. I don't know what this is. Okay. This is Dylan. Well, this is Marissa, and that's Dylan's hand there with the Marissa tattoo.
So just for the update, it's now, if you guys know, we were at Tremont after Weston was born, still being denied permanent housing or shelter of any kind, whether I could pay for it or not.
Emily, how you doing, Emily?
311, completely unhelpful in every way possible. But now this is in court. So there's an
Yeah, Emily, we want hamsters. No, I just want to make sure you're okay.
actual judge who's aware of this situation, and no one is doing anything. I have a
what does this say down here? Or I guess up here, depending on how you're looking at things. I'm not allowed to discuss what's going on in court, which is a major red flag in my opinion. Not really. I mean, like this pretty much ever. I'm trying to get my foot pedal back. There we go. I asked for a lawyer from Springfield, where the Simpsons live, to hear my appeal because of the high likelihood of corruption. They said yes, but on the day of court, dismissed everything. Okay.
An advocate through the Lutheran Social Services. I have.
There we go. Lutheran.
Have a lawyer, a standby lawyer, and I'm a pro se lawyer on my own behalf for myself. This is absolutely insane that we're still dealing with this. It's been 5 years in January since I was unlawfully thrown out of my home after being beaten up, choked, kicked, all of that.
It is real. You think it's savage? You like the tattoo, Private?
And there is a video admission from my abuser admitting to abusing me. This has gone now in front of 3 judges, and we're still outside.
Because that has nothing to do with your current kid and getting Weston back. Or, like, what?
And someone make this make sense.
What I just said.
No, right?
So this is Dylan and Heather fighting. And obviously, like, I don't condone anyone putting hands on each other. So, yeah, this makes Dylan look bad. But this is before Weston. This is before you even knew Xavier. You know what I mean? It has no relevance to what you're in court for now.
I beat your ass and I'm supposed to kiss your ass, right?
So what would you say if you were a judge and you saw this? I'd be like, what is this? This is me in my car that was... I could see the judge be like, this woman's crazy. Maybe send her to mental health court like fucking Daisy. Courage is not fear of apathy. Just imagine her just showing this to the judges. Rally to end human trafficking. Hot take, Heather. I needed Heather Gillespie to tell me human trafficking was wrong. Thank God I have her in my life. So they found the place that she's been doing stuff at. Live on YouTube. So we saw that. That's eyebrows. It's eyebrows or something. The church room. Saw that. What's this? Statute of limitations for various offenses in Illinois. TLDR, she has no cases confirmed by multiple lawyers, judges, and other assorted professionals. So if you just wanted to read that. What else we got? Instagram post. Oh yeah, that's her new name on Instagram too. My brand is not for sale. And that's what the merch store is that I'll show you guys in a second here. So 2024 human and civil rights violations against me and affecting everyone near me, including my children, continue to pile up. I've been thoroughly documenting and want to press charges against everyone involved. What is the dollar amount awarded to someone for each minute? Our day, week, and month are all unjustly kept apart from their family. And then inside the church, or not the church, the Trump Tower.
Okay, so here's the update. I stopped pumping breast milk. So my last day was when Weston was 7 months old.
So this is the for the record she posted TikTok. It's showing like the kids though. I can probably get just the audio without that. Give me a second here. I like bit my tongue too. No, it's like numb. Okay. What am I doing? Instagram. Fuck. It's really annoying me. It's on like the tip of my tongue. The tip of my tongue. Maybe I swear I saw it. I mean, I could play it without showing the kids a look.
Alexis had her 11th birthday.
Play that. Play that shit. I just don't want to show it. What are you doing?
She turned 11 on September 19th. The big kids got to go to the party, but I did not. I was working. And here's some video of her opening up one of her gifts from Viv and Bebe. I dropped my gift off to the Lala's house and left it on the doorstep. Here's Viviana's gender reveal. I got that banner off Amazon. Super clutch. That's my baby girl. This is her and her man.
$3.99 per minute is what she should get for restitution.
You guys, this little girl, her friend, I say little girl because they're kids, but they're like grown-ups also. Her best friend, there's a whole fam, was responsible for revealing the gender. She let go of the balloon on purpose and then like faked us out and said she had to leave and go get a new balloon from Party City. Left the party, went and got a new balloon, came back, They popped the balloon. You're about to see here what this girl did. So like nothing like keeping us in suspense.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you've seen it, I don't know, she'll describe it, I'm sure.
Kept us waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Oh, there's Jessica. Hi, Jessica. My daughter's aunt. I've known her since she was like 14 years old. Jessica. So anyways, here come the kids running from the back. They pop the balloon and it's literally confetti that's blue and pink. Hold on, wait for it. Wait for it. Mind you, we've been at the gender reveal for 4 or 5 hours by this time, and we're all super thirsty to know what is going to happen. We're getting to it. We're getting to it. So this girl has already left and gone to Party City to get a new one of these
How long is this thing?
big black balloons. And it's supposed to be confetti in the color of whatever the baby is. Pink and blue. Pink and blue. So we're like, really? Pink and blue? Is it twins? What's going on? Oh my God, people are so rude at Northwestern. Okay. And now
Honking to celebrate? So rude. So rude at Northwestern. Northwestern, the place you used to work at? Oh my God. Oh my God.
the little smoke things, that's the girl. That's the dirty culprit right there that kept us all waiting. My daughter's best friend or one of her best friends. And then watch the final reveal after all of this suspense, you guys. And it's a girl. Hey. Awesome moment. Everyone's all excited. Xavier was not there. He has been really weird with my family, so
He's been really. I don't think your family likes Xavier.
I try to keep them separate until we figure out what is really going on. I don't want any drama at my kids'
What do you mean, what's really going on?
things. That's the Lala. She knew it was going to be a girl. That's why she dressed all in pink.
Shout out to Northwest.
Congratulations to my daughter. That's me working out at the Trump because I got 2 showers this month, and one of them was at the Trump. I would love to get it in at the gym every single day. However, for some reason, the powers that be are just happy with me only getting random workouts and super inconsistent access to all of life's normalcies. I've literally been having to take showers in sinks and wash my body like part by part randomly throughout the day. Here I am doing horse balls at the Trump. You guys know I'm a weightlifter. Speaking of which, I am totally hooked on the look, and I did get my next size down corset in. So I have to pick it up tomorrow. I ordered it through Amazon. I'll link that as well. But we are snatching this season. So working out at Trump, working out at Trump, working out at Trump. And my big son couldn't be at the gender reveal because he got a job. Shout out to my baby Lewis. Mommy is so proud of you. I'm proud of all my kids. And this is just us, like, still dealing with this situation 5 years later. Oh, and Weston got his bottom teeth and his top teeth. Hi, baby.
All right, I think that's it. All right, so can you zoom out? What's going on? Whoa, now it's zoomed in. Zoom. There we go. What's this? Oh, he's just being creepy Xavier. Of course he is. When did the grifting and e-begging start? Kim Kardashian demands Menendez brothers. She wants Kim Kardashian to help her? Oh, this is interesting. She's been shopping. So she has like new shoes, a new bag. She's taking the toys back with her after she visits her kid. I'm sure she has some like weird reason for that. This is, let's see how much the bag costs. Whoopsies. Can I zoom in? $42. I don't know how much bags go for. Maybe that's a good price. Maybe it's not. It's not the exact bag either. We got $49 for the sandals. And $80 for these shoes. Wow, I'm surprised the shoes cost more than like the sandals and the bag combined. Those are fancy shoes. We got the pumpkin breast pump. I don't know who posted this. I don't think Heather posted this. She did this kind of funny actually. I think this was posted by like a fan, or someone who watches Heather. One of us. She has this store as well. There was a video to the store. I think this is it. This is to have copyrighted music though. No, this is just of the store. There should be a video. If not, then I'm sure. Hold on. Whatchamacallit? I find it over here. No. Is this it? Is this it? No. Well, I mean, like, this is what I'm looking for, I think. Anyways, so this is fine. Whoops.
My link for my newest. Okay, so that is my link for my newest pop-up. My brand is not for sale. Click on it, check out the merch, and if you would like to buy something, please do. All the proceeds go towards getting me a nice, safe home. So thank you guys so much.
So selling merch. Get a place. So this is her merch store. My brand is not for sale. She's got a hat for $25. She's got a hoodie for $35. You're doing great. These are like only $3 a piece. That's not bad. We got a t-shirt for $16. She's got these posters or whatever. These are actually like decently priced. I was like, who's gonna buy this? Who's gonna buy this, right? Like, who's gonna buy Heather looking like this on the fucking truck? But like this, it costs less to get a picture of Heather like this for the size than it would be to like just go to Walmart and be like, I want to print off this picture. So like, kind of a deal if you want that in your life. I don't know why you would. This crap. Oh, we got a notebook just in case you want to like jot down a whole bunch of random crap and say how 311 in the world has betrayed you, and you know, list all of the expenses, get to $12 million. You can do that too. We got a candle, a scented soy candle. I don't know what scent this is. It's Apple Harvest, and it says shh. There's a picture of it in someone else's house because this is like a drop shipping thing. I'm sure of. We got hoodies for like $60. You want to Heather Gillespie, please smile at strangers hoodie for $60? You can have it. We got a phone here, a tough phone case. With gold, is that gold bars? Gold bars, $20. A hat. Please, why is it please smile at strangers? That's the message. Okay. Unisex cotton tee with the shush-ups. I'm out of breath. A tote bag for $15. Is this a pillow? No, it's a horizontal poster for fucking $60. Are you kidding me? Why? Oh, because it lights up. That's probably why. Okay. And that's it, guys. I don't know. Would you buy Heather's merch? I'm supposed to have my merch done by now, but not. But would you buy Heather's merch? Is there typos? Nope, I don't think so. Good. Bum, bum, bum. What else? Let's go back over here. Wait, that's not the one. Is this the one? Yeah. No, that's it actually. Okay, hold on. We got Xavier's TikTok. Let's look at that real quick. What else do I have open here? Oh, I was trying to find Xavier's mom kicking him out at Thanksgiving, but I couldn't find it. But that's okay. My throat is dying. Everything's dying on me. cannot to drink water. What is happening in the world? Anyway, so this is the only new two new videos, because the last one we've seen, the Barbie video we've seen before. Stevie Meanie merch, yeah. No, for reals. So he's got this one and this one. Let's see what Xavier's been up to. Probably nothing good. Ah, no, stop that. Okay, now I can play it. We can't do music. Need a t-shirt. You can't fix crazy. You would want there's flabby ass on their hoodie. I don't know. It might be in high demand. Maybe. I don't know who this person is. They were just going on. Oh, it's just like someone else's profile. So it's just screenshotting like someone else's profile on TikTok and then putting it there. Why? Why? Wait, hold on. There's a new post from Heather. Okay. Okay. Let me see. So after, is this the newest one? So the streets of Chicago. Some other person. I mean, they're less creeping on people this week, I guess. Just taking pictures of women on posters. Taking a picture of the big city, of a wall, of some plants, of a woman in a coffee shop, of another woman. Okay, well, that's not good, Xavier. Of a car, of a skull, of a magazine, and another magazine. And another woman on the bus. The Empire State Building. Probably not the Empire State Building. The street sign. Cars and clothes. Painting of Frozen. The street. I feel like I'm taking like a "Are you a human?" test. That's what these things are. I'm a human. I swear. Is Xavier a human? That's a better question than fucking. Would you buy Heather's merch? Is Xavier human? How do I start poll? Is Xavier human? DJ Electra would know. Let's see. Oh, what is this? Oh, there's a Kim Kardashian comment. Okay. Let me get this pulled up here and grab this there, and we'll rearrange them. I'm gonna have to read, but that's why is Heather leaving comments so long, and then I think that'll be it. That might be it for the night. Let's see. I can read kind of. If Kim Kardashian is deciding what cases to exonerate, I would love for personally sit down. I'd love for her to personally sit down. I think that's what she's meaning to say. I would love for her to personally sit down with. I would love for personally sit down with her for one afternoon and share my story. I'm a mother to 4 beautiful and amazing children. When this all began, I was only a mother to 3. During the course of the abuse I suffered, I was made pregnant again, and my son was quite literally stolen from my hospital. She's leaving this on fucking Kim Kardashian's post. Beside at only 3 days old, and was given to one of the abuser's mothers. Xavier's the abuser. Xavier, have you read this? That's not good. Xavier might just be like, whatever, man. Women can say whatever they want about you. Like John Ogden, he said that today. That surprised me. This case and its details are protected under juvenile court procedure. Someone like Kim could bring major attention and awareness to my case, and subsequent. Imagine Kim Kardashian be like, there's this Heather Gillespie girl who I think really needs our help right now, America, and donate to her GoFundMe. And then she'd still be complaining and going on about AI and blah, blah, blah. And then she'd turn on Kim, probably. Subsequently changed the course of civil and criminal law forever. Really? Really? You're not, the sounds not that important. The way I was used by several detectives, the way that the deals put into place by the state's attorney's office that were essentially extorted out of us, I'm humble enough to know I probably am not the only one who has suffered in these ways. I need advocacy, as I am intelligent and strong-willed, and my doctor has even taken the stand and agreed that there's nothing the matter with my mental health. The judge just downplays the testimony and calls on his own experts who have never even they think the fucking Heather's doctor's in on it or something. That'd be fucking crazy. The judge just downplays the testimony and calls on her own experts who have never even met me or my family in real life. This matter needs attention. Hashtag the one Heather G. And then who is this? Angie said, I'm sorry that you were going through this. Prayers. Oh, I'm surprised. I hope you don't lose faith. We pray for some of okay, well, don't go after that person. They don't know Heather. They just think this is some poor woman. Oh no. So sad. So sad. It's family court hobo. Humble. She is Veronica? Whoa. The curated pregnancy. All right. I think that's it. Where we at? Almost 2 hours anyways. I think we did good. We did good work today, guys. Kinda. Got a whole bunch of new can of worms with Daisy. Daisy. What a crazy lady. I mean, putting John in all kind of crazy situations. Mamma mia. All right. What else do I want to tell you guys? Before I leave? I don't know. I'm surprised James hasn't gone live. If he goes live, we'll snipe him. If not, maybe I'll just sleep for a while. Or like do housework. Or like, I don't know. Other important things. Get the merch store done. Get the new emojis put up with Rev and Shanny. Maybe catch up on Rev and Shanny. Maybe I will be back. Maybe do something fancy or something. I don't know. But there'll be things in the future for this weekend. I'm sure of it. And I think that's it. Did I want to tell you guys anything else? I feel like there was something, but I guess not. I guess I will see you all on the flippity flop. And thank you to Bean for the $5 super sticker. I appreciate you. And good night on this evening on October 12th, kind of, maybe, if you're on the East Coast. The 11th if you're not. Whoa, mamma mia. Bye.